You're about to see a list of 62 nonprofit agencies that are participating in this year's event, the Coastal Bend Community Foundation Day of Giving. Write the date down, happening Tuesday, November the 12th. And we got to share with you that out of all those agencies, okay, there are $1.5 million in matching funds this year that they could all benefit from, which means the community would benefit from this. Remembering the agencies will not receive the full amount. We got to tell you that. We got to remind you that they will not get their full amount allocated to them if you, right here in casita, at home, do not help them reach their individual goals. So again, you can donate to your agency of choice at the coastalbenddayofgiving.org to make your gift on November 12th.
Absolutely, mark that date once again, like Rudy mentioned, el día 12 de noviembre tienen que tener ese día ya contado y advertido. Now on Domingo Live, we are going to highlight one of the participating agencies in Day of Giving. But first, we want to hear from Rita, one of our agency's success stories.
I was 25 years old, and I was sitting in the unit, and then the unit that I was in was kind of like up on a hill, and they would let us go out for rec. And I remember sitting there one day, and the sun was setting, and I was sitting there, and those little deer that would come up to the fence, right? And I remember looking at the deer, looking at the sunset, and thinking like, wow, Lord, like I felt peace in my heart, you know, a peace that I never knew what peace was all my life. And I just remember feeling that peace and thinking like, wow, how ironic is this, right? Like I've never in my life experienced this, but I've found peace in a prison unit.
Talking about the Family Outreach, or Upreach, Family Upreach, and it is an organization that not a lot of people are familiar with. We've got Dale Underwood here and
Mike Rogers.
Mike, thank you so much, Dale. Thank you so much for being here.
Buenos dias.
Of course, thank you for being here.
Good to have you here.
Yes, tell us what Family Upreach is all about.
Well, so we're also known as New Life Behavior Ministries. So Family Upreach, we began just writing curriculum to those that are incarcerated in prisons and in jails throughout Texas and around the United States. But what happens is you find out there are other needs. And so there are people come through your door in your office every day, and little ones that it's not children's fault that a parent is incarcerated, but they don't have what they need.
Sure.
And so you begin to do other things than just write curriculum that will help people to move away from destructive thinking. And so Family Upreach and New Life Behavior Ministries goes into the streets. I was talking to Micah, there's a real strong correlation between the streets and prisons and addiction. And so we try to serve the people that are in those kinds of needs and recovery and trying to get out of prison and be able to continue their lives and be able to have a Christ-centered walk.
So we're talking about transition, Mike, is that correct?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
For me, I spent a lot of years in drug addiction, and I've been in recovery for a long time, and I help disciple people now, mentor people, and I'm also discipled. And I think that's a good thing about our program, is that people coming out and transitioning into life on life's terms in the real world, they need support, so they don't go back to doing the same thing. And we have groups for that, and we also support the families, and it's so important to have that kind of support for people to get back on the right track, and because it is possible, and we've seen many miracles and many great things happening, and we try to be the hands and feet of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Thank you.
So this organization helps everybody get a second chance out there in the community. I hear that you have a list of also employers that are willing to give a second chance. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, we've got street sheets, we call them, from A to Z, about 12 pages of employers and businesses here in the Coastal Bend, Corpus Christi, that will hire ex-offenders. And we have all kinds of resources that we've become aware of over time. We work with the Sheriff's Department, we work with sober living homes, we work with halfway houses, and we'll do drives from time to time where there's sleeping bags or sock drives or things like that. And we get to work with other nonprofits, a lot of whom are on this list.
Right.
And we'll go by Good Sam or Metro or different places, and we'll work with those other nonprofits, because we can't do all of that. but we work with those that can do what we can.
Working together, we can make it happen.
Absolutely.
Now, what is at stake here when it comes to your share, to New Life's share, as far as Day of Giving is concerned?
Well, each one of these nonprofits do wonderful things for people in different places. And what the Coastal Community Foundation does through the Day of Giving, instead of us working in silos, it allows us to work together.
Yes.
And it allows us to affect the community in a larger way than any of us could alone.
So if our viewers are watching right now, they are interested in getting more information about your organization, where can they go?
Sure, nlbm.org, go online, and we have our website there. And we, of course, you can come by our offices on 3833 South Staples and see us and visit with us there as well.
New Life Behavior Ministries, out doing the job that very few out there know how to do. But you're reaching and touching souls, you're touching lives, but more importantly, you're touching families.
Hey, it's
Absolutely.
a privilege. Don't get us wrong. We just see ourselves as privileged to get to be a part of it.
You're definitely doing God's work.
Praise God.
Absolutely.
Amen. Thank you so much for coming.
No, thank you guys.
Thank you so much for
Of
having us.
course.
Again, Day of Giving. Day of Giving is what date?
El día 12 de noviembre.
12th of November.
He's testing me. What's the quiz? Okay, I'm getting an A.